The machine gun, the meat and potatoes, white t-shirt and blue jeans, wooden pencil and pink eraser of stratagems. Basic and boring. I do not blame others for avoiding it after playing the game for more than a few hours and unlocking something else. That does not mean it is bad or obsolete. On the contrary, it is basically a perfect starter stratagem that is useful from early game to end game, or from trivial to super Helldive difficulty. Its only downside is that it is unpractical for Tier 1 tank enemies and useless against Tier 2 and 3 tank enemies. I don't want to bore people with how the game works, especially when the majority simply don't care. There is also community-made patch notes and better in-depth explanation videos. I have no interest in copying the internet herd and making another copy-paste video and competing to be the first to post the same formula video, etc. So, for simplicity's sake, you basically do half damage to medium spots and full damage to light and unarmored spots. It is medium penetration, meaning you aren't punished for missing weak spots, but aiming for weak spots is always rewarded. Think of medium penetration as a fair limit of how many body parts you can shoot at and still do damage. The supply box is also undervalued by millions. Many think of it as a crutch or handicap. I think people that don't like the supply box are people who don't live long enough to reload and see the value in having extra ammo. A more practical view is to think of it as your own personal resupply stratagem. You don't have to fight your own teammates just to get more ammo and stims, because you already have your own resupply stratagem on your back. If you live long enough to run out of supplies, you can just call another supply box. Problem solved. If you want to be helpful, you can share your own supply box with others, but that is optional, and if your teammates are good, then unnecessary. The machine gun sentry is basically just an automated version of the machine gun. You use it if you are surrounded, during a reinforcement wave, bot drop, bug breach, etc. It can be used while you are reloading your own machine gun, or to add a fifth player of sorts for a few seconds in an area you want secured, but for whatever reason, none of the 4 players can be bothered to stand there themselves. The sentry gives you options, opportunity, and most importantly, on-demand firepower wherever and whenever you decide there needs to be more bullets shooting at the enemy. The anti-personnel mines are going to be the hardest to sell, so I'll just be blunt. It is a passive, lazy way to make both enemies and teammates remove themselves from the game. Ideally, you would use it during defense-type missions, or to drop mines on a reinforcement wave. If you aren't going to communicate with your teammates, then place them where they have zero reason to be. There's nothing you can do if people don't pay attention to their own feet. Personally, I hate using farming words to describe video games, but the whole point of the machine gunner loadout is to specialize in eliminating the chaff. Basically, remove all light and medium armor enemies from the equation, letting your teammates deal with the tank type enemies and do the mission objective, pull the lever, push the button, swipe right, etc., while you put holes in every swarm type enemy that tries to overwhelm you and your team.